welcome everybody to the first ever episode of the Filmersteve podcast. Today I'm joined by usual movie nights guests, Joey.
Hi.
And Nate.
I'm Nate.
So, welcome to our new podcast. Unlike the movie night podcast, we're watching movies that usually we've already seen on here. They're usually going to be pretty good, hopefully.
And also I'll be reacting to the new Cats trailer.
Oh, yeah, stay tuned for that.
I'm
So,
excited.
at the end of every episode, someone of this group is going to recommend a film for the next episode.
Uh-huh.
And we're just gonna, it's not very structured, we're just gonna goof around sometimes. So today we're gonna be watching the Cats trailer, and then later on we're gonna be discussing what is probably the most polarizing film of our friend group. So
Friend group, quote unquote.
wow, okay.
So you're saying you hate us, Nate.
Anyway.
No. I'm saying it's not okay, it's a group of 3 people.
So
Ouch,
anyway,
okay.
our friend Nate over here, he's been kind of isolated from the internet for the past 2 weeks, so we figured we'd show him the hit new movie trailer for the upcoming film Cats, which comes out
2019.
December 20th. 2019?
Cats 2019.
Cats 2019, not 1998. It's based on the hit musical Cats. So, are you ready for this, Nate? I'll
I'm
put it
ready.
on the screen for you video viewers, okay? All right.
You look-
Okay, so furries. I'm
Yes.
getting real furry vibes so far. Is that
It's an unknown actress.
unknown actress?
She's new.
Okay.
No spoilers. Let Nate figure it out blind, okay?
I'm not gonna lie, this is not what I expected.
It's Cats.
It's Cats.
I haven't seen you before, have I?
This is interesting. I don't have a whole lot of material, not gonna lie.
That sucks.
Uh-huh. Is that a person who's not? Oh no, that's also a cat.
They're all cats.
They're all cats. Everyone's a cat.
That's why it's called
That's
Cats.
why it's called cats.
Yeah. And not called people.
You know, I can't help but wonder, like, oh my god, it's James Corden. Judi Dench. Jason Derulo. Idris Elba. Ian McKellen. Wow, a lot of famous people being furries in this movie.
Taylor Swift is my favorite one.
Rebel Wilson!
Rebel Wilson is also my favorite one.
Holy crap.
Good, right?
For the audio listeners, Nate is
I
not
like
impressed.
how I like how like the first line of dialogue in this trailer that was not singing was like
Well, it was all, no, it was James Corden said something. Yeah.
Okay.
uh-huh.
James Corden.
This is kind of an interesting concept. It's weird to
Yeah.
see like
Yeah.
a stage play, but just like shot from different angles. But otherwise, it's like pretty much the same. Like the sets are different.
Well,
like-
it's also CG, and in the play they wear costumes.
Oh, I thought it was all makeup. That's CG.
What the frick? It's CG, yeah. They literally just paste human faces on anthropomorphic cats.
Well, it's really good CG then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was costumes and makeup. That okay?
No.
My opinion of this film just dropped significantly.
Well, if you couldn't tell, Nate,
Yeah.
then it must be really good CG, so it shouldn't matter.
Right. So you were gonna see Cats in theaters, but now that you know it's CG,
No,
you're
I
longer
wasn't gonna see it the
interested.
other way. But I'm just
What?
like,
Ouch.
I just don't know why they made the deliberate choice to, like, make CG furries instead of making like furries with costumes.
Yeah, they're also cat-sized, and in the musical, from my knowledge, they're not cat-sized. They're actually human-sized.
It looked like from the sets that they were the same size as like
Like, there's
the restaurant. There was like a restaurant in the background, and they looked like
There was
normal
a milk
human.
bar.
Is that a cat restaurant?
There was a milk bar because cats drink milk.
That
I
reminds me
believe
of the
that's
Zelda
what they were
franchise.
going for.
There isn't much concrete reference to draw from.
All right, well, I'm excited to see where Cats 2019 goes.
All right, thank you everyone for listening to the Cats
Wait, no.
segment.
We gotta wait till
Sorry,
Taylor
sorry,
Swift
sorry,
reacts to
sorry.
the Cats trailer.
Dude, maybe after the Filmersteve. Anyway,
That was good.
so
That was good.
since this is the first episode of the Filmersteve Movie Night podcast, of course, no one was able to recommend a film last episode, so instead
We said frick it and
we
watched
said
Rio.
frick it and watched the 2011 animated film Rio, which is movie. It stars Anne Hathaway
Take your
and
time.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Mm-hmm. A few more people.
It has
You need to pull up a letterboxd.
I think that's enough. Anyway.
There's also George Lopez and William and Jamie
of course.
Foxx.
William, yeah.
William.
My favorite. William.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for context, it's been kind of a joke for the past year where Nate kind of hates this film.
I don't
Joey
kind of
and
hate this film. I dislike it.
Okay, Nate
Okay,
disliked this
Nate.
film. Joey and I like this film, so we kind of argue about it a lot. It's kind of a funny meme.
It's kind of funny, yeah.
So upon the latest rewatch,
Funny.
Nate, I'm curious to think what you thought of Rio 2011.
Well, my opinion of it didn't change too much. It maybe raised a little bit.
Raised
Yes!
a
That's what
little
I'm
bit.
gonna say.
So
I appreciated some things about the film. Previously, I hadn't really seen the film on like a big screen because I only watched Rio in like a car,
well, if you watch a movie in a car, you're not going to be able to appreciate
so
it.
I couldn't appreciate like
the cinematography.
the
Right,
I couldn't appreciate like the visuals and the music as much. And I gotta say, watching it on the big screen, those things came through a lot more.
Right.
I appreciated like the motif of the ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum was used throughout the movie a lot, and that was pretty cool.
You know what? I didn't even notice that.
I didn't even notice that either, but it's a good touch, I guess.
Yeah,
Good job,
Um,
Rio makers.
What about the 3D? Did that add to the experience at all?
I
'Cause
think the
had you
3D
seen it in 3D before?
I hadn't seen it
or-
in 3D before, but it was like a little distracting. Once I got used to it, it
Ouch.
was like it was fine. I got used to it, and it didn't like take too much away from the film.
So that's true of all 3D movies you watch. You just like, this is distracting.
No, I think it's
Just Rio, because you hate
just
it.
Rio
Because
because
you're
I hate-
biased against it.
because I'm
going
biased
in.
against Rio because
Nate,
Rio's an
you
awful
went
movie.
in wanting to dislike Rio, okay, Nate?
I mean, that's probably true.
Yeah, probably. Even if I tried to keep a clear mind,
yeah, you just can't do that.
just can't do that
you're
with Rio
biased.
because I'm biased.
Yeah.
Dang.
But it was good. It was fine. There were
It's
a lot
a
of
good movie.
It was good.
it was fine.
It's a good.
There were
You
good-
said good.
You said,
said-
Nate,
you
said good.
Nate said good
I
to
said-
describe
Nate
Rio.
said good. Rio is a good movie.
There were a
There
lot
you
of
go.
things that I
It's
pointed out.
settled.
There were a lot of things that I really nitpicked about and I laughed
did.
at because it's a kids movie and the logic of the world isn't like super airtight. Obviously,
Well,
Yeah,
what's your favorite kids film, Nate?
my favorite kids film
let's pick it apart.
is
Yeah.
Wall-E, I
Real fast.
guess.
Is that logically airtight, Nate?
More so than Rio, I'd say.
Hmm.
Like there isn't a thing where humans can talk to birds and birds can understand them perfectly, but humans can't understand birds back.
It's talking animals, Nate.
Yeah. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen a Disney film, Nate? They all have talking animals in them, Nate. Are you stupid? Are you stupid?
Could they ever communicate with humans but not with each other? I mean, with
In
each other
Rio?
but not with humans.
In Rio?
Like in another movie that had talking animals in it. Where like
well,
I don't think
what
that
Jungle
that's
Book
usually the case.
did.
Jungle Book is the humans and the animals could understand each other.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
Aristocats,
or maybe it was
humans, and
just
a lot. It varies from movie to movie.
I
Yeah,
feel like
It's-
most movies, the animals can talk to each other and can also understand the humans. But the humans
Honestly,
can't
I did
understand
not see that as a flaw in the movie.
the- Yeah,
I'll
like
I don't- I
Secret
didn't-
Life of Pets, for example. Am I right?
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
a good model, right? What are some other talking animal movies you can think of?
Nala the Talking Cat episodes 1 through 5 on the Filmersteve.
Aren't there 6?
There are many. I don't know.
Okay.
What about like the Fox and the Hound or something?
I've not seen the Fox and the
You're a
Hound.
fake film buff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Fox
I'll
and
wait
the Hound
for the
either.
live action remake.
Oh yeah, you didn't get the cool vinyl record that had like Fox and the Hound print on it because you're
Sorry.
not a real film buff.
He's not a real film buff.
Is this relevant to the discussion?
Not really.
Yeah, I mean we're just calling you out. You know.
Anyway,
Okay,
sorry.
what were your guys' thoughts on the film? Why
I
did you?
still enjoy it.
I thought it was a good movie.
What particularly did you appreciate about it besides the visuals and the score? Let's say.
The visuals and the score are the best parts. I think the screenplay is fine. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I think it's a good movie. If it's pretty to look at, that's enough for me, I guess. But I do think it's pretty funny. I do like the characters. I think Jesse Eisenberg did a pretty good job, and same with Anne Hathaway. They play off each other pretty well.
Sometimes.
Most of the time, I would argue, but I mean, I'm very entertained by it. Maybe I'm nostalgia blind, but I do think it's a good movie. What about you, Joey?
What about you, Joey?
I think it's a good movie. I don't know. Just to start off with, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, you know, just starting off of having the base be just, you know, your run-of-the-mill kids movie. I think it, you know, goes a little better than that.
Right.
Like,
It's not like Illumination level.
Yeah.
You know.
If we just have
standard.
If we
kids
just
movie,
start at, you know, basic kids movie, you know, it's entertaining, you know,
right.
It's, whatever.
It appeals to adults too. It has a fetish joke in it. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll discuss that
Yeah,
in,
you know.
in a bit. But I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
as a
I
kid,
think
and
starting
still
from
enjoy it
there,
now,
you know,
so.
you have the visuals, which I think it has over most other, similar kid. Well, not most other, but you know, plenty of other
Right.
kids movies. I think
Right.
it's exceptional in that department.
I mean, the shots of the city are legitimately very pretty to look at. I can't think of another movie that is like, wow, when I look at, you know, the animated city shots, you know.
Animated city shot specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
because I was gonna say like.
I mean, well,
as
is
well
there
as
an
my
animated
opinion
movie
on Rio, actually.
Oh right.
I've
Okay,
hardly said
sorry,
anything,
sorry,
guys.
sorry.
I
Sorry,
feel like
sorry.
really like,
Joe,
you know,
go ahead.
invaded.
Well, okay.
Anyway, like Rio, right?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So, you know, I totally lost my train of thought. You know.
Frick, dude.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay.
No, I mean
Okay.
I'm literally losing.
I was about to make that joke.
Okay. I thought, you know, the script or the screenplay or whatever, it was probably like slightly above par for, you know, kids
Yeah.
movie type stuff.
I mean, the
I'll-
jokes are like, you know.
I don't think it was anything special, but I've definitely seen plenty of worse humor in kids movies.
Right.
And you know, like some of it was funny. You know, obviously some of it's just like not as you would expect from
Right.
most kids movies. I feel like you can have a kids movie that doesn't really make the kids laugh. I feel like. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like this one makes jokes that are targeted towards a very basic, underdeveloped sense of humor.
Yeah. Except
and,
for
you
the
know,
fetish joke.
Yeah, and
And
there's some that, you know.
I mean, Blue Sky's really good at that. Like, Robots had some adult humor in it. I haven't seen Robots, but I've heard that it does.
From Carson
I've seen the
Lundquist.
clip.
Gosh.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen the clip. There's like making babies or something. Anyway, I appreciate when movies do that to make it more entertaining for an older audience, and it shows that the filmmakers cared.
Yeah. Another part that I liked, like a specific scene that I liked, was the chase scene. Not with the motorcycle, but rather when they're chained together and they have to make their way through the city while Nigel is chasing them. I thought they used some pretty interesting, you know, movements and choreography there. Even if like they made some really not super good jokes like while they were running.
Like what?
Like duck. No, ducks can fly. No, I mean duck.
It's kind of cute. It's not. I mean,
That's a pretty standard joke that
right.
appears
It's a
in
kids
several
movie.
movies.
I'm not
you know.
gonna judge it for having that. You know.
Yeah.
As a kid, I'm pretty sure I laughed at that. So. Yeah. I won't fault it for that. Although I laughed at Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black a lot as a kid, so what do I know? But,
You laughed at Shark Boy and Lava Girl, I bet.
right, yeah.
Are you hating on Shark Boy and Lava Girl right now?
No, Shark Boy and Lava Girl is a
Future Filmersteve
masterpiece.
recommendation.
Okay.
I mean, what else?
Were there any
Maybe-
specific scenes you guys liked? What's your
I-
favorite scene from Rio?
I like the I Wanna Party scene. I mean, both ironically and unironically, it's very entertaining because, I mean, the colors are very pretty. Like I said while we were watching it, it definitely reminds me of the Madagascar 3 fireworks scene because it's very colorful,
Maybe we don't
not
have to all
particularly
lean in.
realistic, but very, very nice to look at the very least. And, you know, pretty solid. I like the rapping by will.i.am. Mostly ironically, but, you know, it's... I also like the scene when they're on the trolley. I made a little Filmersteve 2 edit out of that if you want to subscribe to that
check
channel.
it out. Link it in the description.
Link in the
Isn't
description.
it just called Nilmer 2?
Nilmer 2? Well, if you search
Filmersteve,
Nilmer Steve 2.
it's, you know, more or less.
If you search Nilmer Steve 2, I
Steve.
doubt you'll get Nilmer Steve. Okay, you know what?
Anyway, I like that scene. I like most of it. You know what I like? I like Nigel. I like his song.
Nigel's song is good.
It's one of the better Disney villain songs.
It's also not a Disney villain.
Nate, Disney owns Blue Sky now.
Oh
so
crap!
You're incorrect.
Wait. Since when?
They own 20th Century Fox.
They bought
who owns
Fox,
Blue Sky.
Nate.
Aw, crap.
Therefore, they own Blue Sky. Literally, they posted a trailer for Spies in Disguise on Instagram.
Aw, crap.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Anyway,
He owns everything.
I thought
baby.
Nigel's song was like good. I liked the writing in it specifically.
Right.
And I liked
See, good screenplay. Yeah.
like how the birds were singing along in the background, but it felt like a little out of place. Like it was weird for Nigel to just come into the room and just start talking about his tragic backstory.
It's introducing the character.
Yeah.
It's introducing
In a
the
simple-
character.
Is
to
it
the
out
point
of
way.
place in any Disney movie when they break into song? I mean,
I think they could have led into it better. Like instead of Nigel just bursting in and saying,
dude,
"I
that's
want to get
exactly
revenge
how
on
it
the pretty
happens in
birds."
Disney movies, bro.
But
I'm just
also,
saying, I think you're biased.
but also, like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because the motivation given by that song is that he wants to be, or he was pretty and now he's not pretty anymore. So he wants to make all the pretty birds not pretty, and then he just follows a bird smuggler who wants to keep the birds pretty so he can sell them, and it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, he's still anti-bird.
He's still anti-bird.
He's getting revenge on the pretty birds. Maybe not
Yeah.
necessarily making them not pretty.
Well, I
anymore.
didn't get that from the song. It just seems like.
I mean, the last line of the song is I'll make you not pretty too," something like that.
I think you can take the introductory song with maybe a grain of salt. Like,
Well, the thing is, he wants to kill the birds. The smugglers don't. Like when he's holding on to Jules' neck really tight, and then I forget
the
main
smugglers like,
smuggler's
"We need them
like,
alive."
We need them alive. So obviously Nigel
What's his
is
name
only
again?
along with them because they're anti-bird. Nigel wants to kill the birds, but the smugglers don't want him to. So I
was
mean,
Eduardo the main smuggler?
I don't think it was Eduardo.
Sorry, Nate.
I don't remember.
whatever.
Dang.
Yeah. So anyway, I think Nigel was good.
I think Nigel was pretty cool as a villain.
Who's your favorite character
My favorite character in the film Rio.
and least favorite? Why not? Let's
And
go through
least
our,
favorite.
our favorite and least favorite characters.
My
in
least
Rio.
favorite character is the William character.
Really?
Yeah.
The William character.
The William character.
Okay.
Probably my favorite is, I don't know, I guess George Lopez's character. Because he seemed the most down to earth and likable, and also
Right.
like as a mentor figure to Blue.
Right.
And so that was fine. I also like Tulio kind of. He was a silly, wacky dude.
I mean, yeah. I like George Lopez's character again. Raphael.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raphael. I mean, I like when he was like, I love Carnival, but I love my family more. That was sweet. I appreciated
Sweet
that.
moment in the film Rio.
It was, yeah. I mean, I'd say he's my favorite character too, Raphael. I enjoy his presence. It's funny. My least favorite is probably Luis. He doesn't really add much. He just kind of drools, and it's not very funny, and it's
You're
kind of
right.
gross.
Yeah, okay. Luis and the William character are tied.
The William character.
William character.
What's
Nico? You like Nico, but not William?
Nico's better than William, but only by a
Nico's
little.
better than William because he says,
Dang.
"Pardon Ipanema, baby."
What's significant about that line?
It's just kind of funny.
Okay.
It's also a reference to the girl from Ipanema,
Which was already referenced earlier in the film.
which is sung earlier in the film.
Yeah. Actually.
What is William's
It's
character's
just
name?
kind of sexual. I don't know. It makes me laugh.
Is it
Party
really?
in Ipanema, baby.
The way he
Thank
kind of
you, Nate.
like
And now you're like,
looks suggestively
I'm
directly at the camera. It's a little.
I'm a bird
That's,
furry
that's
now.
the point of the party.
I know. That's why I find it funny.
Okay.
Is it not supposed to be funny? Am I not supposed to be entertained by that scene? I think it accomplishes the effect. I mean, I don't know what else Blue Sky was trying to do with that. I mean, it makes me want to party for sure. So
No,
they
why
did
don't-
that. They
why
did
don't we
that
just
right.
party, frick it?
I want to
Cricket.
fly like a bird, but you are a bird, like a rocket. Then
Yep, that's the song.
Oh, that's a
Nate.
lyric.
that's a
right.
lyric.
Okay, yeah. But then later it's like, Jewel says, "Fly like a bird," and then someone says, "But you are a bird."
And then she doesn't continue the lyric
And then
because
she
she's a
doesn't-
normie.
I actually didn't make that connection.
Yeah, they were actually
You notice
singing that
something
song.
more every time you rewatch
I actually
Rio.
noticed that already.
You notice something more every time you rewatch Rio. I think you're making this film out to be a little deeper than you.
Shut up, Nate.
I
You
feel
were-
like
you were
it's
noticing new
fine.
things to nitpick on.
That's
Nate.
because the last time I saw Rio, I was first of all in a
The
car.
last time you saw Rio, you sent me paragraphs of all the freaking nitpicks you had.
Yeah.
I hate you.
And
Nate.
then the time
Getting
time
angry
before,
on it.
I was like probably 13. I don't know.
Wait, so when was the last time you watched Rio?
I don't know.
A couple years ago? I think a year ago. I think I was in Disneyland when you texted me, and I was responding to you in the car.
That sounds like a good use of your
Yeah.
time.
Well, I was in the car. What the frick else was it supposed to do other than ridicule Nate for his bad film opinions? You know. Anyway.
I mean, yep.
Anyway,
Anyway.
what's your final rating for Rio?
I think, I gave it a 4, and then I changed it to a 3.5. I could still go back and forth between those two. I think it's very entertaining. I mean, I'll probably keep it a 3.5 for the time being. What about you, Nate?
I'd give it 3 stars.
Really? 3 stars?
Yeah.
Because a couple months ago it was at 2.
Yeah.
And then after watching Monster House, you raised it to a 2.5. And then after watching Rio again, you raised it to a 3. So seeing it on the big screen made you appreciate it more.
What's another movie we can have Nate watch to make him raise his star rating of Rio?
What's a movie that I have 3 stars?
Rio itself.
You have Captain Marvel at 3 stars, Nate.
Well, let's watch Captain Marvel so I can be like, Rio is better than this movie, then I raised it to a 3.5 stars.
I think I enjoy Rio a bit more than Captain Marvel.
Alright.
They're both solid, though.
What about you, Joey?
Yeah, what about you?
What's your final rating for Rio?
I'd probably give it a 3.5 or a 4 too.
Great.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I don't, like I said, it's not as bad as, most Illumination or, like, what else? I mean, whoever made Wonder Park or Norm of the North.
I don't even know who made Wonder Park.
I feel like kids' movies are usually, like, really
Crappy.
good or really bad.
Yeah.
And this is a rare kind of middle-of-the-line kids' movie, I think.
Right. I mean,
I feel like a lot of things that Blue Sky makes are middle of the line, honestly.
Yeah.
Blue Sky's kind of in the middle between Pixar and, Illumination, in my opinion. I don't even hate Illumination. I don't know why
Pixar's like on this end of the scale. You should have said between like DreamWorks and Illumination.
Let's watch an Illumination movie next.
Oh jeez. Yeah, no. DreamWorks is kind of weird, where half of it is great and half of it is utter garbage.
Yeah.
DreamWorks is very, very polarizing.
Right. Yeah.
Megamind is a subversive masterpiece.
Megamind is good though.
Megamind is a good film. How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2 are good films.
Shrek 1 and 2 are good films.
Shrek and 1 and 2 are good films, both ironically and unironically.
Madagascar is
Madagascar's
trash.
This suck. We're watching Madagascar next.
If you choose that for your recommendation, sure, but I don't know.
Wait, who's going first, dudes?
Should I go first because I'm the host of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay.
You go
Wait, how does
first,
this
dude.
work?
We're
He's
gonna
gonna
alternate
recommend
every
a
week.
film.
It's like it's
Okay.
not a ripoff of Sardonicast.
Okay.
Definitely
because
not.
Sardonicast doesn't watch the Cats trailer on their podcast.
That's true. We were putting a spin on it. You know?
Yeah.
Like the
For those of you who watch
the Cats
Sardonicast,
trailer.
listen to Sardonicast.
Why
who are
would
listening
you
to
listen
this.
to Sardonicast if you have Filmersteve?
Really though, I mean, we have Sardonicast. I don't think has ever mentioned Rio. So
They kinda
anyway,
suck actually.
Maybe it's because okay.
any
Nate.
more to add on to Rio, or should we get to the film recommendations for next podcast?
I think we should go ahead and get on to the film recommendations.
Okay, so my turn.
Go ahead, dude.
Okay, so
Okay.
one of my favorite films that you have not seen, either of you, that I've been suggesting for quite a while.
Okay.
It's artsy. It's very good.
Ooh.
I wrote a very long paper about it for film class. Under the Skin, directed by Jonathan Glazer.
Holy crap.
Starring Scarlett Johansson. We're going to be talking about that next podcast.
Next Filmersteve.
Please watch it if you can get a hold of it, guys. It's really good. I'm a fan.
Are we all gonna watch together because that's what
we're
we do?
gonna we're gonna watch it together. I'm talking to the audio listeners.
The audio
Oh,
listeners.
yes.
If they want to listen to Under the Skin, I don't know if we're gonna get into too deep spoilers, but we'll see. I mean, it's about an alien. She abducts people. That's about all you need to know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Bit of a change from Rio.
yeah, it's kind of a jump, honestly.
But I feel like this
I
is a
think-
good way to start
I think
off
Rio's
the
a good way to
podcast.
start.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, until next time, Filmersteve watchers. Those of you who watch films and Steves.
Right. See ya.
See you later.
See ya later. Bye.